Good morning. Welcome to the Aggressive Realty Show. I'm Ken Temborski. I'm the owner and broker of Aggressive Realty. This is Jacob Covey, one of our real estate professionals. Also, we have Orlando Pena, who's been with us. Both guys have been with us for 7 years now or so. They very active in the community. We're going to talk today a little bit about housing. We're going to talk about what's going on in the market. Jake, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Jacob Covey, longtime resident of the Hazleton area. I know the town very, very well. Been roaming these streets since I can remember. Got into real estate, like he said, about 7 years ago. Absolutely love it. Love helping the community. I love the chance to be a part of everything.
Are you married, Jake?
Oh yeah. I have a wife and 2 lovely little daughters.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Where are you now? You live in the community in the Luzerne County area?
Right. I've been skirting the area for a long time, moving around. I've settled in Weatherly.
We have a farm now.
Small. It's not a farm, but it's pretty close.
Cool.
Just staying around the area, staying close.
Cool. Orlando.
My name is Orlando. I've been living in Hazleton for a couple of years. I'm married. I'm gonna have a baby.
Get out.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm living in Hazleton, so I'm pretty close to the community.
How long have you been doing real estate with us now?
I've been like almost 8 years.
Wow.
Yes, it is been a long time since the first time that we started.
Very nice. And you live in Hazleton also?
Yes, I live in Hazleton.
Very nice. Well, one of the things with Aggressive Realty you'll find out is there's 14 agents. Phone number 570-788-8500 is one of the local agents that know the area very well. They're people that are born and raised in trade and stay here. I compliment Orlando for his path that he got and he's done. He has worked very hard to achieve a lot. His citizenship is to be part of an American culture that is fun with being a realtor. Like I said, it's very tough in this world to do the right steps. Orlando has done them. He's got the most beautiful wife. He's got a beautiful baby coming. Jake has 2 beautiful girls. Again, the Hazleton area brings this. Jake, let's talk about a little bit of what's going on in the area. What are you seeing in, let's say, your housing? What are you seeing out there? Housing has slowed down a little bit. I believe the market's showing that we're going into our winter time. What are you seeing?
Well, as an area in general, we are definitely up from the previous years. Going into winter, everything slows down. The Hazleton area and the Poconos, we get cold, we get snow, people get kind of locked in for a little while. But besides that, we do have a real big push for the doubles. 2 units connected, multi-units, we can't have enough of those. So if anyone out there has any, please call us.
Orlando, what are you seeing out there? I know you're hustling because I see you every night out around. I see you at the office. Tell me what you're seeing.
I see that the market in Hazleton is very hot right now. I thought that the winter is gonna be slow, but I receiving every day ton of calls for clients that they're looking rental, they're looking to buy, they're looking to put the house for sales. So right now the market is very hot. So the winter is here, but I'm still busy.
You're still very busy.
If you have any double for sale, let me sell you 2 houses. We're gonna sell a house in less than 45 hours. We listed the house, you listed the house in Hazleton, and in 24 hours, I find you the buyer for you. And the house, it is on the contract, and we're gonna close in 25 days.
Wow. That was the 6th Street property.
Yeah, the 6th Street property.
That's one of the things that we do. We're very aggressive. We have a network set up. We have a lot of buyers. We have a lot of sellers. We have people that are willing to work together, and that's what makes it work. One of the things that Aggressive Realty we do different than anybody else is we kind of start from the beginning and we stay with you till the end. We do everything that's in between. We try to hit the times, we hit the inspections, we hit the reply to inspections, we help you, we suggest a bank, we suggest people to fix things, we suggest people everywhere along the line, even the inspectors will give you suggestions. Once you get them suggestions, you could tell us who you want. We go out and do it. We'll go there, we'll get the inspections done, we bring everybody in on the reply to inspections. We sit down and we negotiate that reply to inspections. It is so important that we work together and we stay right together. Getting your financing isn't an easy step today. We go through multiple banks, we have multiple people, and you know what? We're here to make it work. Don't be afraid to buy a house. Don't be afraid to talk about buying a house. Compared to the rental market today, it is worth buying a house. Based upon a 30-year amortization at 5% interest, which is 4.5 to 5.5 is the current interest rates on a house. And that is based upon your credit score, what is called your VICA score. So let's say you generally need a 620 to 640 to buy a house. There's exceptions on the 620. 640 is where you're pretty safe. Basically on a, let's just say it's a $100,000 house. Clear, it makes it easy. Your principal and interest payment on a 30-year AM is $500 a month. Think about that. A rental right now is bringing about $750. Now that $500 a month, you also got to take the taxes, divide it by 12, add it to that, and you got to take your homeowner's insurance and add it to that. Divide that by 12. So example, if your taxes are $2,400, add 200. Now we're at 700. If your insurance is hypothetically $1,200, add 100, you're at 800. Usually a house is anywhere from $600 to $1,100 for insurance. So now you're back around that $750, $800. You can buy a house. You can have equity into a home. You could do the American dream and have a house. Or if you want to look at the income market, we can look at rentals. We can look at what it will take to get it. We have every resource to help you to get into the rental market. We have to get you into a home. And better yet, we have the market to sell a home. Okay, so don't hesitate. Right now, inventories are coming down. It's getting a little lower, and because winter's here. Again, a lot of people don't like to have people come in their house in the winter. Christmas is here, Thanksgiving's here. But you know what? It's a good time to start talking to your realtor. Let him know what you're thinking about. Let him come out and do his comparables right now. Basically, the comps are what we have to come out and look at, make some analyzations, and give you some numbers, a low and a high that will work. Again, Jacob Covey is at Aggressive Realty with Orlando Pena. Everybody, we have a bilingual, Orlando's very bilingual. Jake pretends to be bilingual at times, but he gives it his best. I'm Ken Temborski with Jake Covey and Orlando Pena, and we'll be right back with you shortly. Good morning, welcome back to Aggressive Realty. I'm Ken Temborski, broker, Aggressive Realty. Jake Covey and Orlando Pena today. I'm going to get into the point of a little bit. We're going to talk about a couple experiences, and then we're going to get into talking about a little bit of security and selling your home. Why it's so important that we pay attention to a couple different things. I'd rather be much more safer in selling your home than anything else. Orlando, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm great.
Can you tell me a little bit about experiences that you've had?
Oh, I have a great experience with a family. I received a call the other night, there was a client that he was looking at rental, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell him that the rental right now is between 800 and 900. And I start him a couple questions like how was his credit. He didn't know how was his credit. He told me that he have some savings. And I recommend him, why don't he buy a house? He didn't know, I don't know, what are the steps.
Was he scared?
Yeah, he was scared because he didn't know what was the right steps to buy a house. And the next day we meet in the office. Mm-hmm. I requesting couple documents. He bring it to me. I take it to the bank.
Now, you suggested different banks.
Yes, I suggested a couple banks, the bank that really worry us. Mm-hmm. And surprise Kenny, he was pre-approved.
Get out.
Yes.
And he had a good credit score,
he
above
got a
640?
Good above, yeah, exactly. He was pre-approved with excellent credit. He didn't know that he got excellent credit.
But he was very scared to buy a house.
Yeah, he was scared because he didn't know that buy a house, it was too easy. You know, we take him to the right step.
So
And
what did you do next once you had that pre-approval?
after the next step, I take him to look for houses.
How many did you see?
I see around 4 houses. Yes.
And he fell in love with one?
Yeah, he fell in love with multi-units.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I recommend him that wait down he buys this multi-unit because one side is gonna pay his mortgages and he gonna live for free in the other side. And he find the house, we put an offer, he was accepted, and tomorrow is the closing.
Get out.
Yeah, he's so happy.
Maybe we'll bring him on the show next.
Yes, probably.
And now you closed and he's happy. And he's going to tell people.
Yes, he's gonna recommend everybody that we take him since the beginning of the step until buying his house.
That's what's so important about aggressive realty. We're not out, it doesn't matter if the house is a $40,000 house, a $80,000 house, $1 million house. We've sold all of the above. It's so important. We've sold everything. I'm going to go into a scenario of there was and I don't want to get into specifying anywhere, but we get into a lot of industrial stuff too. We get into selling businesses. We get into selling industrial properties, commercial properties. Very important. We know everything on a commercial property. I just went through a scenario where we sold a business, the books and the business, to a very good company, very large company, and we sold it to him upon his review. Then we went and I recommended an auctioneer. We went in and we had an auction and sold all of the inventory and contents. And then we had the building for sale, and we sold the building. We closed on the building yesterday ourselves. So it works. There's a time when you enter the market, and there's a time when you leave the market, whether it's in business or not in business. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you. We're here to consult with you. We don't get paid until we do the job. That's the difference with a good realtor. We get paid when we're done, not when we start, not in the middle, and we take that risk. If we're going to be there with you, we're going to tell you what we think, we're going to give you advice, and then you make them decisions. Jake, you had a place up in Whitehaven. I know you sold. There was several realtors involved in that, and you sold it, which was very nice. It was actually at one time a super fund.
Yeah.
Now you have another one over in. Is that over in the Delano area?
Yeah, it's in
Lofty?
Yeah. It's around the McAdoo area.
And you have they have gas tanks. They have stuff involved.
Well, potentially. And we are still in the middle of working on all the details on where it is. But like he said, that's where a good realtor comes in. I did sell the property in Whitehaven. That was next to a Superfund site. That one was listed for multiple years, and multiple realtors had tried it. Not that I'm better than anyone else, but I did the research and I put all of the news and the paperwork right on the advertisement. Therefore, the buyer was a little bit more comfortable with buying it. We did all the proper tests, led them to the closing table, and lo and behold, everything worked out great. That particular seller will most likely be a client of mine to the end.
One of the things with aggressive realty is we make sure that we try to point out everything. There's phase one, there's phase twos. We look for if you're looking for that business, we're going to look for that stuff. If you're selling that business, we're going to recommend it and we're going to explain it to you. One of the things with aggressive realty is we will do whatever it takes. If you look at our business card, that's what it says, whatever it takes. We're here to make it work for you. Don't be afraid to call us. It could be anybody's listing. It doesn't matter. We share listings. There are so many good companies out there, other realtor companies. We share listings with them. They share our listings with us. It doesn't matter who sign on it. You can call us. We're there to help you. We have the same information. We can make appointments. We can get in these places. It's very important that you do that. You just take a look. Give us a call. We're going to get into some other things in the next segment. We have one more segment. We're going to talk a little bit about security. To me, that's a very important point today. Let's talk about security. What's so important? Let's make sure you know who's in your house, when they're in your house, and what they're doing in your house. Orlando, what do you think is so important, the most important thing that when you meet a customer?
The most important is that we're gonna take him to the right steps. When they're gonna list the house, we tell him that security is the most important, because if somebody's going to show the house, first they have to call to the office, and then we're going to make the appointments, and then make sure that the client is going with another realtor or through the office.
And we're going to get the top dollar for them, or we're going to negotiate the lowest dollar for them when they're buying. Our job is to negotiate that, to work with them and make them offers based upon what the customer wants. Correct?
Correct.
And in both of you selling so much, I mean, you've been both of you have been hustling, and you've been out there. It's been a great summer. Tell me, what should we look at them customers and look into the camera and tell them, call you?
Yeah, absolutely. Hazleton area, northeastern PA, anything in Pennsylvania we can sell, and most likely we can definitely sell it. There's a big variety of properties in the Hazleton area alone, between the old coal miner homes to the beautiful homes that were just built. We know them all very well. We know the businesses. Broad Street, up and coming. It is going to be very, very nice once everything is finished. If you have a property on Broad Street or any other commercial property, please call us.
We come back, it's going to be Orlando. We're going to talk a little bit about security. We're going to talk about bilingual. We're going to talk about making every convenience for the customer it takes. That's what it's about. I'm Ken Temborski from Aggressive Realty, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the Aggressive Realty Show. I'm Ken Temborski. We're going to talk a little bit about security. One of the things with security is so important in a home is that we make sure this is your asset. We have to protect it. We have to make sure lights are on. We have to make sure the alarms are set. We do a special code when we go into a house if you have an alarm. We like to do things a little different and make sure everybody is on the same page with getting contacted 24 hours before to tell you we're in your home. We also do other things and work at night. We work 24/7, meaning that if you need to see something, Orlando, you want to talk about that a little bit?
The security?
Yes, let's talk about security and going in at night and what you'll do for your customers. And you know what? Why don't you do a little Spanish?
I'm going to jump a little bit in Spanish, Kenny.
Okay.
Para la comunidad hispana, nosotros trabajamos en Aggressive Realty, estamos trabajando a cualquier hora, no solamente trabajamos de 9 a 5 de la tarde. Cualquier persona que tenga un trabajo y salga después de las 6 de la tarde, nosotros lo podemos ayudar a conseguir su propiedad, a comprarla o a venderla. Solamente tienen que llamarnos a la oficina y yo estoy disponible a ayudarlo en cualquier momento.
That was very good. Now,
Yes.
if I only understood some of it. And now I'll go into the ski on the end of my name, each de doma spach. That means go home and go to bed. I don't think that's what he said, but let's go from there.
Hola, mis amigos.
Yeah, you're right.
Poquito. I speak a little bit of Spanish, enough to get through a showing or something to that nature. I will then bring in Orlando, and he'll help me the rest of the way through, because explaining a deal without a language barrier is most important. We want to make sure that everybody stays safe. Leading back to your security, we want to make sure that everybody is happy with the entire deal from beginning to end, whether it's the listing side, the buying side. It's very important.
Well, you know, as of Sunday now, the times change. At 5 o'clock it's going to be dark. Very important. We usually have 2 people, especially we have 14 agents, we have 5 or 6 women. We kind of put them, there will always be somebody with them. After dark, after 4:30, there has to be 2 people that show a house. Very important that we keep the security of our agents and our customers in mind. When you go into a vacant home, in today's world, you don't know what you're going to come across. So we have to make sure everybody is safe. It is so important that everybody plays and works together in this. Same thing I tell everybody. Make sure you have your lights coming on and off. Make sure you have a radio on. Make sure you do things a little different. It's so important to play safe. I'd rather be completely safe than, if I had to make that decision in selling a home, I want the safety and security of our people that comes first, and every other realtor that's out there. It is so important that every realtor out there is safe. And that comes down to both the customer and the the agent, whether you're the seller or the buyer. We're going to talk a little bit also on, there's a new loan out. It's called a 90-10-10, 80-10-10, I'm sorry. And the 80-10-10 is a loan that's described, PMI is private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance is very expensive. You also have to pay private mortgage insurance for almost 30 years now. If you have less than 20% down on a loan, if you're going to do a conventional loan, you need to know this. If you have less than 20%, if you do an FHA or you do a VA, you have PMI. PMI is an insurance that the government in the state of Pennsylvania mandates. So how to get around PMI is simple. You do an 80-10-10 loan, and I just seen it, it's really nice. Meaning 80% is one rate, 10% and 10% is a separate loan. And what happens is they join together later, or they call it a 90-10. You can basically go out there and do a conventional loan and have that 20% down separately. That shows it's a separate loan. It's just like buying a home, building a home. I'm sorry, there's two little loans. The construction loan has two loans, basically built and then when it's done. Let's work it out, please. It's so important to not be afraid to tell your agent what your scenario is in life. Work together, make it work, and make sure that you know what's going on. Know what loan fits you. Not every loan just plain fits you. We need to know a little bit more about what you got, what you're doing, and how you can do it. My job is to save you money. If you have a $50 extra payment in your PMI cost, in your mortgage, over 30 years, do you realize how much that is? That's 360 payments. That is almost 180 more. Okay, that's $180,000 more. We don't need to do that. Okay? Please, don't hesitate. Come to us. Give us your ideas. Even if you're thinking of selling for the spring, call me. I'll come out, we'll give you your ideas. I'm not afraid to, if I don't get back to you in a day, I'll get back to you by the next day. I'm usually out all the time. We have an agent in the office from 9 to 5 every day. Every day, 9 to 5. Orlando, and I believe what he was saying before was, we do work nights. We do make appointments in the evening. We do meet with you at the office at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. The office is constantly open. Don't hesitate. Come down and talk to us. Tell me what you're looking at. Tell me what you're thinking of. It is so important that we make sure that every municipality and everybody we work with is together. Inspections are important. Again, when we get into that security, we do talk to the police officers in the community. It is so important that we work together and we know all the information. Jake, you want to take 30 seconds and sum up you?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to thank the Hazleton area for being so receptive to Aggressive Realty, to me, to my family. I know that it's a very close-knit community still. It always has been and always will be. We've had an influx of new arrivals and new faces. Just created a little bit different scenario for all of us,
and
but
a great buying market.
we do love the area. From beginning to end, we enjoy the sale. Call us and we are going to show you exactly what your options would be. Most people don't know it. It's our job to line these things up and explain them. Call us if you have your doubles or your commercial areas or anything else in between.
Orlando.
Aggressive Realty, we are in a family that we're gonna help you to buy the house. We're gonna help you to sell the house. Call me. We're gonna help you anytime, after hour, after 6, 7 o'clock. I'm available to go to the office to put an offer to show you a house.
Everybody's number's in the paper. Everybody's number is publicized. As Jake said before, you can go to a realtor.com. You can pull up any of the agent's name, and you're going to get their phone numbers and their bios. We're on 17 websites. 17 websites. You can find all the homes on realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow, everybody. We spend the money. I want to say thank you to everybody. Have a great holiday and have a great Thanksgiving. I'm Ken Temborski with Jake Covey, Orlando Pena, and we want to wish you the best holiday season coming. I will see you in December.